Let me share this.
Hey, hey, hey. We in this thing. We in this thing.
You know how we do. Oh.
You know how we do. We about to get into it. What we getting into? What we getting into?
We getting into the first chapter of Exodus.
Exodus.
I'm just trying to share this in this group that I'll be sharing.
Y'all, we finished Genesis. We finished Genesis. 50 chapters. Somebody run $50 to my pocket. I'm just playing.
More like $50,000 to my
50
pocket.
bands, okay? Rubber band man.
Bling,
Pack my
bling,
suitcase.
bling, bling.
Pack. Oh no, I don't know what she was doing. But I'll take a briefcase with 50 bands and we'll handle that business.
Okay. So I was actually looking at some other chapters, but we are in the book of Genesis, Exodus. Exodus has 40 chapters and an intro. Yeah.
Fancy. Wee.
Oh, you fancy, huh?
Exodus.
Okay, so
I don't think I know anything about Exodus.
Yeah, me either. I don't.
It doesn't ring a bell. Maybe as we read, it will.
Oh. So hold on. Oh, okay. So in the English Standard Version, in the books that we have, it doesn't have an intro. But I was reading from a different version. Do you want to hear the intro from the different version?
Now we all want to hear it.
Okay.
We ain't get hyped for nothing.
Okay. I was reading it from New International Version, which is like the version that a lot of people read nowadays.
Oh.
So it says, okay, I'll read it. I'll just read the intro and then we'll do our prayer.
Okay.
We'll get into it, but it says Exodus intro. The book of Exodus, Leviticus, and Numbers continue the story on how God formed the nation of Israel to play a special role in His plans for the whole world. When the Israelites were enslaved in Egypt, God came to them and worked powerfully through Moses to deliver them. At Mount Sinai, at Mount Sinai, God revealed his laws to Moses, including the Ten Commandments, and confirmed his covenant with the young nation. Israel built a tabernacle or tent of meeting so that God could live among them. The people then traveled through the wilderness to the land of Canaan. The boundaries between the books of Exodus, the boundaries between the book of Exodus, Leviticus, and Numbers are not sharply drawn. The key structure throughout the books relates to the various places the Israelites stopped on their journey. Each location is noted, and the events at each one are described. The key location is Mount Sinai, the second half of Exodus. All of Leviticus and the beginning of Numbers describe what took place there. Leviticus specifically contains the laws and regulations the Lord gave to Israel. Numbers reports how the people were organized into a fighting force and moved towards the promised land. Numbers reaches back across Leviticus and Exodus and repeats the phrase that structures Genesis. This is the account of the family of Aaron and Moses. Um, Appropriately, we hear this phrase for the 12th time as the 12 tribes are being organized into a nation. Near the end of Numbers, the prophet Balaam says to Israel, "May those who bless you be blessed, and those who curse you be cursed." This recalls God's promise to Abraham in Genesis. I will bless those who bless you, and whoever curses you, I will curse. These references show that together these books tell a single story of the beginning of God's redemptive work in the world. So, which is
Okay.
interesting
I thought
because
it'd be a different type of intro, but okay.
yeah, so pretty much it just broke down what we're going to expect from Exodus, Leviticus, and Numbers, which are the next three books in the Bible. But and I know we had broke down when we saw that picture where it kind of categorized each of the chapters, and it included Deuteronomy. So it included Genesis through Deuteronomy for the first 5 chapters in the book to be like what do you call those? Like the laws. So
Mm-hmm.
the intro pretty much just like confirmed that Exodus, Leviticus, and Numbers, but it didn't say anything about Deuteronomy. So interesting. Interesting.
Interesting.
But okay.
Comfy, because it's the evening, and we're all exhausted. I hope everybody had a good day today, or is going to have a
It's the end of the day,
random
girl.
thought. It's the end of the day for us, but whenever you're watching, y'all, I hope you have a great evening, and I hope you have a good day.
Amen.
Whenever you decide to watch this.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So before we jump into the prayer, let's just kind of briefly tell the tale that we wrapped up the book of Genesis, and we were going to do like a review today, but we're gonna come back for it on Wednesday, and
Yeah.
we're gonna read the first few chapters of Exodus and get into it for now, and then on Wednesday we'll come back around. We'll read. We'll kind of just like recap the book of Genesis and take pretty much talk about what we've learned from those from that book, and then
Yeah.
get even deeper into Exodus. Maybe we might be able to connect some dots from Genesis and what's already happening in Exodus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome to another Bible study, a spiritual Bible study
Yes.
with with
Man.
Lleo and Mariah, your
Yes.
hosts of the evening. Well, your physical host. Let's not forget this thin line right here that holds the Holy Spirit.
Yes. Okay, are we praying?
Yes, you can lead.
Oh, okay. All right, y'all. I'm sorry. A little spacey here. End of the day.
Yeah.
um, All right,
This
divine
chapter
mother.
is pretty short, so I don't know if you want to read two, but I'm down with just one.
Oh, okay. We'll see where we're at. We're only 10 minutes in, guys. All right, let's pray. Divine Mother and Father, ooh, I thank you so much for allowing me and Lleo to be here in this space right now, to have shown up so we can give out your message, your story, and, give out information that you want us to receive and also give out. So I'm excited to what we're about to see in this chapter here. Um, I pray, that you continue to watch over everybody, um, especially the people who need you. When they speak to you, I hope that you reach out. And I just pray that, um, I pray anybody going through a hard time right now, that you put a hand on them to let them know that they're not alone and they're going to be okay, and they're going to get through whatever it is that they may be feeling or experiencing during this time, you know, in this present moment. And I just pray that you give them that strength and the energy to know that, this too shall pass. It's not temporary. Everything is always changing and evolving. So just sending them that reminder and that strength. Um, and I just pray that you continue to bless the journeys that we're all on. Continue to bless us. Continue to provide for us. Continue to just show us love when we're feeling, unloved. Um, Anything else that you would like to add?
Lord, I just pray that um, you keep your covering and your protecting over all of us tonight, all of us today, whenever anyone's watching. I pray that you give, I pray that you give your people the wisdom to know what their spiritual armor is that they should be carrying every day, um, and the wisdom to wake up and start their day off by putting that spiritual armor on. Lord, um, I just pray for my city and I pray for my nation, um, that we may be delivered from, any strongholds that have been holding people back, these generational curses, that they be lifted, that we enter into a new season, a new time where, you just working on a new level for all the people, for not only just in our nation but in the world. Um, Lord, and I pray for support and guidance as we continue on moving forward through this book and the books ahead of us, through this Bible. That you give us wisdom and discernment to know what is truth and what is from you, um, and that we continue walking with. Oh, I pray that for Mariah and myself, that you give us the strength and the courage to use our words um, uh, with grace, um, and a pinch of salt with the truth. Um, in Jesus' name, Amen.
Amen. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
All right. So
Oh,
Exodus.
oh.
Hello.
Thank you. Hi.
Exodus chapter 1.
Yes, ma'am.
I ain't
You like
heard from that woman in a whole week. I wonder what she doing.
about a week ago. I'm just playing. Okay. You gonna lead us in, honey?
Yes, I could lead us. Okay.
Okay.
If my energy is not here, y'all, it's the end of
Let's
the
take a moment. Get crazy. Get what I'm just playing.
night.
you know. I needed that. Okay, I'm just playing, y'all. That's
I
not
need a
even.
new way to get hype. Woo! Look, Six Flags.
Woo!
Let's go.
Uh,
That'll get me
or
out real quick.
we need some bowl of ice water and
Oh yeah, that might work too.
refresh, rejuvenate. That would work. Okay, listen. If a ice bath or a bowl of ice water, what you prefer?
I don't know about that ice bath, bro. If I want to take an ice bath, man, I could just go jump in the snow real quick.
Girl, yeah. Mm-mm. Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah, girl.
Israel increases greatly in Egypt. This is Exodus chapter 1. We've entered a new book.
Mm-hmm.
These are the names. Ah, you set me up.
These are the name. These are. Oh, this is your favorite. The history of it all. It's okay. It's so short.
Okay. These are the names of the sons of Israel who came to Egypt with Jacob, each with his household: Reuben, Simon, Levi, and Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Zebulun, and Benjamin. Oh, excuse me.
Bless you.
You know what though? I just remembered about Benjamin. He was the youngest, cause remember, uh, he was born to Rachel, and when she birthed him, she died because she was having birth complications. And
Mm-hmm.
remember, she was gonna name him Bono or something. And
Mm-hmm.
Jacob was like, "Nah, his name Benjamin."
Yeah.
So he was
Um.
still a baby when Joseph ended up leaving. That's why he
Mhm.
got so emotional. Remember, it was like,
Oh,
I don't know if he was a baby or how young he
yeah.
was. Yeah, he was still a baby.
Okay. But we didn't know that he would. We knew he was the youngest though, but we
Yeah,
didn't know that he was a baby when Joseph left. So okay,
yeah.
that's some good
I
remembrance
just,
there.
I just remembered. I was like, oh yeah.
Got the download, y'all. I didn't get it, girl. I
Your phone
don't know
just
what just happened
tweaked.
to your eyeballs, but that just freaked me out. So try to hold your
Your
eyeballs,
phone just freaked me out, bro. Your
girl.
phone just tweaked.
I, I can't wait to go through that to see your eyeballs because I'm like, excuse you. Don't do
I didn't even see my eyes. I was looking at you like,
what. So what
what?
happened?
You was talking and like the sound just kind of glitched.
Mm, yeah, that's weird. I don't
Yeah.
know y'all, but I know I just got this phone activated though.
She said, new
So
phone, who this?
hey, ain't no crack, no scratch, new cover. Don't play,
Okay.
don't play with me, don't play with me. All right, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all don't understand how long I've had this crack phone. Whew.
um, okay, let's see. Yeah. Dan and Naphtali, Gad and Asher, all the descendants of Jacob were 70 persons. Joseph was already in Egypt. Then Joseph died, and all his brothers and all that generation. Wait. Then Joseph died, and all his brothers and all that generation. Oh, so Joseph died before his brothers?
Oh,
I think that is what it said in that last chapter. But the people of
oh,
Israel, huh?
sorry. Joseph died in the last chapter we read.
Yeah,
Okay, that.
his dad died, and they went and buried him, and then like a little bit later, however much time later, he died.
Okay, yeah, y'all. I forgot about that.
But the people of Israel were fruitful and increased greatly. They multiplied and grew exceedingly strong, so that the land was filled with them. Okay. I might as well just read all of this.
Yeah.
Pharaoh Pharaoh oppresses Israel. Now there arose a new king over Egypt who did not know Joseph. And he said to his people, behold, the people of Israel are too many and too mighty for us. Come, let us deal shrewdly with them, lest they multiply. And if war breaks out, they join our enemies and fight against us and escape from the land. Um, so a new pharaoh takes over this land, and he's like, "Nah, y'all too deep. Y'all too deep. So here what we gonna do. We gonna kill y'all off, and if y'all decide to fight back, then so be it. And we gonna fight back until y'all leave the land."
Girl, I did not know that's what they were saying. I thought they were just saying, I don't even know. Like,
That's what I understood.
mm.
Therefore, they set taskmasters over them to afflict them with heavy burdens. Oh, I felt like that was powerful, bro. What they call that, like an advocary. Like they literally put an advocary. Is that the right word?
I don't know, girl, what advocary is.
They put a person in charge of causing you pain and suffering and affliction, to mess with your mind, to bring you
What?
down, to break you down, to make you feel like you ain't worth nothing, to make you feel like you ain't nothing, to make you be just like a piece of grain in the dust of nothing. All
They
you
talking
is
about
nothing.
the system, my bro. The
Huh?
system.
That's what I'm saying. You got a personal advocate. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. That's what my coach be saying. You got a personal advocate that's sitting here for your downfall. For your downfall. They assigned a
Dang.
specific person for your downfall. But guess what? But
Ooh.
God. But God. Mm-hmm. All right, let's continue.
Ooh. Yeah, that's deep.
For real.
They talking about this right now.
Right
You
now,
ain't
right now.
in the chapter. I'm where my highlighter at? Okay, go ahead and continue on.
Hey, she pulled out the right color too.
Ugh. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. I'm just playing.
Okay. Okay. Therefore, they set taskmasters over them to afflict them with heavy burdens. They built for Pharaoh store cities, excuse me, Pithom and Ramesses. But the more they were oppressed, the more they multiplied, and the more they spread abroad. Oh, they knew it. They understood the assignment.
Hold on. Are they trying? Oh, they're trying to repopulate? Like, I'm confused.
No, so Egypt, the Egyptians are like, we don't really mess with this. There's too many Hebrews, too many Israelites here. We trying to run them out the city. So they was oppressing them, causing them
Oh.
affliction. But
Oh.
the more that they was pressing, the more they reproduced, which makes sense because in my psychology class I was taking, she was talking about, she was talking about how um, a lot of times we as humans end up reproducing as like kind of like a coping mechanism, trying to preserve the genes of the last generation, so to
Mhm.
create new babies to push on to the next generation, so preserving the genes. And so if they're being oppressed and they're causing affliction, well then it's like a mechanism, so that we keep our genes so we don't die off to create more babies.
Mhm. I also kind of took away was that like so when you're in a poverty environment, they start building like new stuff, right? And they're building the economy in that section, if that makes sense. They're trying to reset this community area. and they start buying like abandoned buildings and like kicking people out the neighborhoods to take their houses and make them
All right.
nicer, get different folks. So in this sense, Pharaoh, more Pharaoh people, and take the Hebrew out. This is giving me that. This is giving me. I mean, if we really talk about it in racial scenario, like this is kicking the minorities out and bringing white people into our neighborhood, and then
Yeah.
we don't have nowhere to go and we're oppressed, right? Because we got to
Yeah.
go because they charging everything up.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's what that's giving me.
Yeah.
Because when they're talking about building their pharaohs, they're building pharaoh store cities, literally saying pharaoh store cities, and they're a whole like tribe or whatever you want to say.
Um, no, I definitely agree with you. Um, that's why I was like, they said they understood the assignment because they was like, nah, y'all ain't finna just run us out. Like,
Mm-hmm.
got something for that.
Yeah, it did sound like once they built those store cities, the more they were oppressed.
Yeah. So let's see. Um, but the more they were oppressed, the more they multiplied and the more they spread abroad. And the Egyptians were in dread of the people of Israel. So they ruthlessly made the people of Israel work as slaves and made their lives bitter with hard service and mortar and brick and in all kinds of work in the field. And all their work, they ruthlessly made them work as slaves.
So what? They didn't pay him. Like
Girl, when does a slave get paid? The slaves don't get paid. What you
that's
got
what I'm
paid?
saying. So they
You
didn't
got
get paid.
paid in some grain today. You got paid with your life.
That's crazy.
So that's literally like messing with the system. They caused them affliction. They made it unfair for them. And then when they didn't back down, they was like, oh well, let's apply more pressure. Y'all finna be working for us now.
They're basically just beating any type of self worth, value, hope out of these people
Yeah.
to the point they can't think for themselves and they only can depend on them.
Yeah.
Girl, that's deep. I just got chills from my own words.
I'm getting excited
That's
because I feel like we're
not.
about to get into the book of Moses. I mean, the
Oh, I
story of
need it. I
Moses.
need. I feel like I needed to hear these words though, just to put this in perspective, because this is what I feel like is happening in our reality right now, today.
Oh, it's been happening.
So
Been happening.
I'm ready to get in here
All
because
right, let's see. Um, then the king of Egypt said to the Hebrew midwives, one of whom was named Shipra and the other Pua, when you serve as midwife to the Hebrew women and see them on the birth stool. If it is a son, you shall kill him. But if it is a daughter, she shall live. But the midwives feared God and did not do as the king of Egypt commanded them, but let the male children live. So the king of Egypt called the midwives and said to them, why have you done this and let the male children live? The midwife said to Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not like the Egyptian women, for they are vigorous and give birth before the midwives comes to them. So God dealt with them. Wait. So God dealt well with the midwives, and the people multiplied and grew very strong. And because the midwives feared God, he gave them families. Then Pharaoh commanded all his people, every son that is born to the Hebrews you shall cast into the Nile, but you shall let every daughter live. We get into this. I got so excited. We're gonna get into Moses. Moses is a game changer.
the birth of Moses, the energy. She's getting.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Look, I can already hear the music playing. Um, I don't remember what exactly the words, but I just hear the whip faster. The
Oh my
sweat,
goodness.
the burn from the sweat on my brows.
Yeah. Wait, what?
This is a movie, The Prince of
Yeah,
Egypt.
I'm gonna have to watch that.
Oh my God. Look, I have the movie. Okay. We can watch it.
Yeah, we
It
can.
goes, it goes, deliver us to a land so far away. Something, something, da 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 da. Oh, she don't like musicals, y'all, but I do.
Well, that's kind of a different type of musical. Like, it's not like a kids musical. It's more like a barbarian, like old school thing. I
Yeah.
can't think of the right words.
Hey,
Like,
Whitney, is it Whitney Houston? It's either Whitney Houston or Mariah Carey singing one of these songs.
mm.
But
But
there's another song in the movie that my mom used to sing to me when I was a baby, and I love this song. I would sing it to my kids, and
mhm,
it's like it's a little lullaby. It goes like, let me get my singing voice right for y'all.
mhm.
I'm gonna do a little number. Goes like, hush now, my baby, be still, don't you cry. Sleep as you rock by the bay. Sleep and remember my last lullaby. And something, something, something.
Mm. Okay.
It's a good song, though.
I bet. That's so funny. Not everybody can remember no lullaby that they was sung to as a kid. So
But you just
that's
don't
a
understand. I love this movie, okay? You saw how hype I got about Moses? Moses is the game changer.
yeah. I can't lie. I need some like refresh, because all I remember him is parting two C's. That's about it.
You gonna get all the story of Moses.
And I know he was more like, one of God's descendants. So, or yeah, just
Well,
God with him.
we getting into it right now.
I know. Yo, but this is crazy what we just read though. They were trying to save the daughters and kill the men. And in
Yeah,
the end, like he casted the men into the water. Like so basically they like to die.
yeah.
Like
You gotta
that's
see this movie. Okay, we're gonna watch it because the movie, the visuals, Mariah, you need to see the visual. They actually do. You know how the Egyptians like they paint the murals on the walls? Like they have a whole
yeah.
mural like of the history of Pharaoh commanding to throw the boy babies into the water, and the worker like the sheriffs or whatever you want to call them, the police of Pharaoh's company, they all went and they literally would take the babies from the women, like beat the women, take their babies and throw them in the water.
Why
And
is go ahead.
well, in the water with the crocodiles and stuff. It was eaten alive.
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying, why is this book so aggressive?
Yeah.
Like, why do they want to put so much aggression in this book? Somebody tell me why. Tell me why.
Yeah.
Is it because like the bad stuff that happens on this earth right now? Because that stuff's so aggressive? Like, has it always been some type of aggression
I
all the
personally think
time?
it goes back to here I go again. I think it goes back to the beginning of time. And if you think about like when God created Earth, the first thing He created, well, the first thing He saw was that it was all darkness, and then He created light. So darkness was one intense polarity, and then He immediately made the opposite of an intense polarity. you
Mm.
know? And so if you think about just even like the surface level of darkness, the surface level of it, is creepy, but then there's depth to it also. And so there's even more intensity with darkness and light. And so it's just like that's kind of just the balance of life is intensity for, you know,
I
darkness, destruction, aggression, and then there's also intensity and light and blessings and love.
I think too, like we talked about in the past, I think what I have to do, because I'm pretty like sensitive and I'm pretty strong. Like if I don't like it, I don't like it. If I like it, I like it, right? What I'm hearing. So when I hear stuff like that, it's like I really don't like it. Like I'm just
Yeah,
not understanding why. And I think I just need to stand to the side a little bit and put my emotions to the side to really
yeah,
kind of understand why this is going on. To
yeah,
really like to try to think um just in a space where I'm not emotionally really tied in, if that
yeah,
makes sense. Because that's some sick stuff, okay? Take
yeah.
away your kid, the man of your kids to because
Honestly, and then
they're
when you put it like that too, Mariah, like it make me think about what we were talking about in the last live, which is like, that's actively practicing opening up what is it, the either your third eye or your crown chakra, because you're like, you're letting go of
Mhm.
any attachment, any emotional attachment, any movement, and you're really just taking that third person view and looking at it as in like, okay, even though this is like traumatic information I'm hearing, this is really what
Yeah,
happened.
yeah.
And there was a lesson in that.
Hmm.
So
Cause yeah, cause when I'm thinking about it, is the only thing that comes to my mind is that like, okay, women, we can reproduce. We're the vessel that carries the child, the children. So, we don't need so many men. So if it was a population issue, then yeah, probably the men's gonna have to go. But, you know, I just yeah, that's the only way I can kind of see that making any type of sense. But it's still aggressive.
yeah, very aggressive.
Cause like, not why not send them to a different place where somebody else can raise them or something? Like I don't know.
Where they gonna send them?
I don't know if there was a other community because this is Pharaoh, so I don't know if there's another town or another city somewhere else.
Bro,
Like,
no, I mean if they take all the men baby, all the boy babies, and send them off somewhere, that's just equally as much as if they threw them in the river.
oh,
They're gonna die either way. They
well,
can't defend themselves. They can't care for
well,
themselves.
no, I meant like somebody else, like in a different village, and they would have like that. But I also
Who
realized,
gonna take care of 5,000 babies, bro? Or however
girl,
many.
I don't know, but I was just thinking like it's a big community. But I also thought about it like it kind of would be kind of bad because I think they'd be overpopulated with men. So I think it would kind of mess up the system, anyways. I think it would mess up the system of. That's so funny. Of just life. I think it would mess up life if they did that, anyways.
Yeah. It is sad though, because that's kind of like, that's like in a way aborting, like
Hmm.
aborting a baby,
Yeah.
except unwillingly aborting your baby.
Hmm. This line that's coming in my head right now that I hope rings out this whole process of me reading this Bible is like when I was in my science college classes. He was like, uh, the body does everything the body does, it makes sense, right? How the body operates and what it does inside of your body. It basically is this mechanism and it just all makes sense and it all connects. There's a reason for everything that the body does, literally, whether you're sick or you're healthy, the way it functions, everything makes sense. So I'm gonna try to take that while I read this. Like, Everything in this Bible is making sense. You just got to understand why is it making sense.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna keep in my
Ain't
mind.
the reason. What was the reason?
Yeah, what was the reason?
Chi, your fur is getting all up in my mouth, bro. How's this happening?
Um, yeah, we can read this one real quick. I'll start us off. The birth of Moses. Okay, I'm gonna stop at the end of this first whatever.
Nah, read all this.
At the end of the second paragraph is what I'm trying to say.
Nah, read this whole thing, bros.
That's what I'm saying. So we could, in case you gotta say something, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna stop.
I mean, I
Because I know you're gonna have some stuff to say. This is her favorite. She got the full hands. All right.
I'm gonna calm
Now
down. All right.
chapter 2, Exodus. Now a man from the house of Levi went and took as his wife a Levite woman. The woman conceived and bore a son. When she saw that he was a fine child, she hid him 3 months. When she could hide him no longer, she took him for him a basket made of bulrushes and daubed it with bitumen and pitch. Um, she put the child in it and placed it among the reeds by the riverbank. And his sister stood at a distance to know what would be done to him. Now the daughter of Pharaoh came down to bathe at the river while her young woman walked beside the river. She saw the basket among the reeds and sent her servant woman, and she took it. When she opened it, she saw the child, and behold, the baby was crying. She took pity on him and said, "This is one of the Hebrew children." Then his sister said to Pharaoh's daughter, "Shall I go and call you a nurse from the Hebrew woman to nurse the child for you?" And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, "Go." So the girl went and called the child's mother, and Pharaoh's daughter said to her, "Take this child away and nurse him for me, and I will give you your wages." So the woman took the child and nursed him. When the child grew older, she brought him to Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. She named him Moses because she said, "I drew him out of the water." So clearly, I'm thinking Moses must be something about the water.
Well, he did split that sea in half,
Oh my gosh.
and he was delivered his life through the water.
That's deep.
Yes.
So this child was literally she floated this baby in a basket down the river.
Yeah, she put him in a basket, covered the basket, pushed him off in the river, and
Yeah.
he was brought to Pharaoh's house directly, and they took him in.
Ooh.
There was a whole scene that just flashed in my head, y'all. I hope y'all seen the movie, cause I see it right now.
This this old school song came in my head too, but I don't know how to say it. Take me to the river.
I don't know if I know that one.
That's not my era. Y'all not that old.
I thought you was with the hit with the is that Whitney Houston? Rolling,
That might be.
rolling, rolling down the river, rolling
That
down.
might be the song that I was trying to sing. Sorry, y'all, for the disrespect. I apologize.
Yeah, that was disrespecting. Yikes.
Oops.
Get it together. No, just kidding.
Okay. Okay. And I just want to peep, like, kids are always peeping, okay? Because his sister, she was, Moses' sister was peeping to see what her mom was doing. So she saw all that, even though she may think her daughter didn't see that. And, the daughter probably not going to say nothing. It's just going to kind of live with that. And then eventually maybe bring it up, you
Yeah.
know? So that's kind of crazy. Like,
So
kids be observant.
in the movie, his sister So okay, so just keep in mind that when his mom pushed him in the river, it wasn't just from here to here, you know. He went through some pretty large waves. He went through some hippopotamus and alligators. He went through some boats, you know, that was already in the sea crashing together along with them waves. Like he went through a lot to get to the
Mhm.
Pharaoh's place. And his sister was pretty much following his basket in the water the whole time to make sure that he was going to be
Oh,
okay. So she's
oh,
like in the grass just watching him as he's floating in the river, and she's just kind of following him.
aw,
Hmm.
yeah. Um, yeah, that definitely feel like too, like, he has a whole big mission to do, and God's, like, protecting him, making sure he gets to where he needs to go. Like,
Since he was a baby.
he's protected. Okay. Um, Moses flees to Midian. One day, did I say that right? Since you watched the movie, Midian is what I
Uh,
said.
I think so.
All right. One day when Moses had grown up, he went out to his people and looked on their burdens. And he saw an Egyptian beating a Hebrew, one of his people. He looked this way and that, seeing no one, he struck down the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. Hold on. He looked this way and that, and seeing no one, he struck down the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. When he went out the next day, behold, two Hebrews were struggling together. And he said to the man in the wrong, why do you strike your companion? He answered, who made you a prince and a judge over us? Do you mean to kill me as you killed the Egyptian? Then Moses was afraid and thought, surely the thing is known. When
Wait,
Pharaoh,
wait. Hold on. It said, when he went out the next day, behold, two Hebrews were struggling together. And he said to the man in the wrong, why do you strike your companion? He answered, who made you a prince and a judge over us? Oh, okay.
hmm. Well, I was a little confused too, where like he's saying somebody struck down the Egyptian. He's not talking. That's not Moses doing that.
So, no, yeah, Moses killed a man
Oh,
because, so what happened? They're skipping scenes, bro. Now I'm irritated.
dang. Girl, like I watched the movie and the book is not adding up to the
Like,
expectation.
come on now. They always say the book is better than the movie.
But it's not Exodus you're reading, isn't it? Is there not? Oh, yeah. Never mind. I'm not even gonna put myself out there like that. Isn't there a chapter to Moses dedicated to him?
No, I don't think so. Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
Oh. But
Okay. This is important.
so what happened was, um, so at this stage, Moses has realized that, you know, even though he's raised as an Egyptian prince, you know, but he realized he's Hebrew. So those people that are slaving, those are his people. You know, he's just like those people, but he's privileged. And he
Mhm.
sees that the Egyptians are striking on the people that are just like him, and they got to go through this affliction, but he's privileged enough to not have to face it. So he sees an Egyptian beating on this man, continuously striking him with a whip, and
Yeah.
it like emotionally moved him, just like you were talking about. It emotionally moved him, and so he went to go stop the man, but he ended up like pushing him off a ledge, and the guy fell into the sand and died.
Mm.
And he fell pretty far, so he fell and died. And he had ran away. Nobody saw it except, you know, the Egyptian, the Hebrews, the slaves. The
Mhm.
slaves are the only one that saw him push that man and kill him.
So, um,
Well, in the movie, more people saw him, but in the book, it's saying that nobody saw him.
that dude got me thinking though, like, you know, in a sense, like that is what am I trying to say? Like it's just a very bad like situation. Like, you're trying to stop that fight because it just it's like in your soul. It's literally telling you to break that up. Like it's ridiculous. Like almost like you feel sick, like, yo, like what? Like you're putting yourself in his shoes who's getting beaten and
Mm-hmm.
you're like, no, you're just trying to break it up. Like, you see somebody getting bullied and you might naturally, try to break that up. In a sense, like when we talk about like in school or something like that, like
Yeah.
kind of deep. That's deep.
Yeah.
Mm,
And then so then he's talking to the Hebrew people,
yeah.
and they're just like, "Who the heck are you to tell us what to do? Didn't you just kill a man?"
Girl. But that is also, these are the Egyptian people that he's talking to.
Moses is talking to the Hebrews.
I'm confused though. Why he talking to the Hebrews like that? If it's the Pharaoh's people that are hitting them like slave, ain't it?
So the two Hebrews that he's talking to, they must have been fighting. And
Oh, okay.
stopped them and was like, "Why would you guys be fighting with each other?"
Yeah,
And they're like, "Who the heck are you to tell us what to do?"
yeah. Ooh, boy, this hit deep. This starting to get deep because now I'm just thinking like we talk about Pharaoh in Hebrew, and it's like the Hebrew, they're literally just fighting each other. Like they're in a bad situation, but they're still fighting each other instead of working with each other.
Hmm.
Like that's deep.
Well, it made me think about like kind of like monkey see, monkey do, or you see, you see, if you see, people being abused and mistreated all your life, then you kind of start to take on that and think that that's just normal, and so then you start treating other people like that because that's all you know.
Yeah. Mm, okay. Um. All right. So I'm gonna read this 14 again. So he answered, "Who made you a prince and a judge over us? Do you mean to kill me as you killed the Egyptian?" Then Moses was afraid and thought, "Surely the thing is known." When Pharaoh heard of it, he sought to kill Moses. But Moses fled from Pharaoh and stayed in the land of Midian, and he sat down by a well. Now, when the priest of Midian had 7 daughters, and they came and drew water and filled the troughs to water their father's flock, the shepherds came and drove them away, but Moses stood up and saved them and watered their flocks. When they came
Oh,
home,
okay, yeah. So okay, so what's happened now is okay. Moses ran away,
mm-hmm,
and I have to ask the context. This book is not doing justice, bro. So we need to know. So Moses ran away. He ran away to a desert. Like he's why wandering around in the desert for days,
mm-hmm,
and he just happens to wander up into, um, like he finds like this flock of sheep, and there's some water there. Mind you, he's been wandering for days, so he's just like drinking out of this thing with these sheep. Drinking water like with the sheep. And he sees the girls and they're fighting with what they call them what they call it, a shepherd. What they call it? Hold on.
yeah, we called him a shepherd. Like you're saying, the ones who take care of the animals.
No, the people that came and drew water and filled the troughs, their father.
Oh,
Oh yeah, they call them shepherds. Came and drove them away. So yeah, so they're like shepherds, but in the movie they kind of just like just some people kind of like robbing them, like trying to rob the girls, and they're fighting
oh,
with them. And Moses hears them off in the distance while he's drinking this water with the sheep, and he comes
mhm,
up as weak as he is, and all he pretty much does is um releases the camel. Like they had camel while they was trying to rob the
Mhm.
girls. He like releases their camels and like make lets them
Mhm.
run away so that they gotta go chase after their camel.
Yeah.
They got all
Distraction.
their items.
Mhm.
And then so I don't know if it's about to say it, but after that, after they ran off, you know, Moses like leans on this well and he ends up falling in the well.
Oh,
Yeah.
girl, this turned into a scary movie now. I'm just kidding. But girl, I want to watch the movie, but I know that movie probably long as heck, so
It's
we'll
not
probably.
that long, Mariah. It's not
It's
that long.
not. When I
Hold
think of one
on.
of these, girl, I think of like 2 hours minimum.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
We might need to watch this tonight, girl. I'm intrigued. You got all this dialect, and I got nothing.
Look, y'all. I love this movie so much. I got this movie for Christmas last year. I ain't even opened it yet.
Oh, I thought it was a real life movie.
Girl. It's an hour and 39 minutes.
Okay.
Really good movie.
Huh. Okay.
If you ain't seen The Prince of Egypt, go get you one. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're at
18, I think.
okay.
Um, when they came home to their father, Reuel,
Right. Yeah, Rayo.
He said, "How is it that you have come home so soon today?" They said, "An Egyptian delivered us out of the hand of the shepherds, and even drew water for us and watered the flock." He said to his daughters, "Then where is he? Why have you left the man? Call him, that he may eat bread." And Moses was content to dwell with the man, and he gave Moses his daughter Zipporah.
Zipporah. Yeah.
What? She gave birth to a son, and he called his name Gershom, for he said, "I have a sojourner in the foreign land." There is no way he just said
I
Moses.
know you did not.
Babe, I mean, girl, you are distracting me so much. My butt caught you, babe.
I'm sorry, baby.
You got me so mad because I'm like, what are you talking about? When I'm trying to understand what I just read.
I'm sorry. My dog just like farted the loudest fart ever that a dog
Oh
can
my
make on
gosh.
my bed. Like his stinky booty.
Oh, girl. I can't lie. This dog over here is acting crazy lately.
Oh no.
Yeah, something with like, I don't know if dogs get like this pheromone stuff. Like, the dog acting crazy.
Oh.
Like, he smell another dog and he's just like in this cycle. I don't know, but he's going crazy, y'all. I hope y'all ever experience having a dog like that.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
yeah, I don't know.
You
He
know his
acting
man period.
basically he acting real different, and y'all, it's worse than somebody being on a period. Is all I got to say. I don't know, but I was just trying to say that he didn't just say he gave his daughter to Moses, and like they just like fast forward and he got her pregnant and they had a baby.
Yeah.
Cause that was
This is
like
going real fast.
that was in 2 sentences. Like I didn't even keep up because it was so fast.
Yeah, it's going real fast. Real fast.
That's crazy. That man was like, "Come in here, eat bread." Okay, here's my daughter. Like, what? What? Oh
Well,
my
mind
god.
you, Moses was already interested in this woman. So
Ooh.
He's like,
He was googly eyes, so the man was just like,
mind you, in the movie, this is the woman. So you see, she's a lot darker than Moses. She
mm,
looked like a black woman.
yeah. I mean, they both look the same from this point of view.
But she's darker than Moses.
Oh, hmm. Okay. So his name, the son's name was Gershom, that Moses' son, Gershom. God hears Israel groaning um, during those months. I mean, sorry. During those many days, the king of Egypt died, and the people of Israel groaned because of their slavery and cried out for help. Their cry for rescue from slavery came up to God, and God heard their groaning, and God remembered his covenant with Abraham, with Isaac, and with Jacob. God saw the people of Israel, and God knew. What covenant, girl? Please remind me, because I don't remember. I don't remember.
Hey, get off my bed, you stinky butt. Move. Stinking. Just stinking. Stinking.
Because I'm gonna need to know
The
to make.
covenant that he made with Abraham was that he promised that he would have um, many children and that his children would own nations or run nations or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
But they had to go through 400 years of affliction before they were able to run those nations. So
Mm,
pretty much for all of the Hebrews, there's a promised land that God has promised for them, but they have to go through 400 years.
dang, girl. I remember. I
Mhm.
wonder. We don't know how long it's been.
It's been some generations, but it ain't been 400 years.
That's deep. That's so bad.
But I think this is the wrapping up of it. Like these
Oh yeah.
last few people are supposed to be like these last Hebrews are supposed to be the ones delivered into the new land, the
Mhm.
promised land. But I don't know the whole story as we're going to keep getting into it. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that these Hebrews was stuck in affliction for so long when they finally do get, I don't want to spoil too much, but I'm pretty sure like when they finally do break free um
Their
from
chains.
Pharaoh, hmm
Break the chains of
yeah,
slavery.
they're still like mentally bonded in slavery. So
Yeah.
they don't get delivered.
But it's gonna take them some time to readjust from not being in slavery.
hmm So it
Girl.
takes them more time to get delivered to that promised land. And it's not necessarily because physically they're bound up. It's just mentally they're still bound up.
Mm.
Which I think it speaks volumes on itself, but we're gonna speak on that when it come around.
When it come around, round, round. Okay. Well, I'm excited.
Yeah. I like how it ended it though, like and God knew. God knew that this was the time. All right, this is it. Moses,
I want
it's
to
time
see.
for you to break free.
Yeah. I want to see like a real life movie of the story Moses. Like I'll watch the cartoon, but I also want to see like one of those because I remember in school,
I don't
like
know.
we watched them. I don't remember what I watched. It was just too long ago, but I know I seen a Moses one because I
Really?
remember like him parting the sea, but
Huh.
I don't remember much about it. That was that was a while ago.
Let me
Fortunate.
see. Look like look like they was about to come out with one this year.
They
Moses 2023. I don't know if I'm able to show this. Oh
probably
wait,
not. They'll
it's a
just have.
theater. It's a theater. It's a play. Never mind.
Oh, we'll talk about this another time. we'll come back with the research.
Is the movie called The Ten Commandments?
Honey, what? Look at me.
I'm sorry.
Focus. We're wrapping it up.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I ain't never heard of no real life movie, so I got interested.
Okay.
I'm done though. I'm done.
Yeah, we can watch that. But y'all, this was a great lesson.
I'm excited,
It's
yo. There's so much
open.
to uncover in this story, bros.
I'm definitely excited too, because there's already been some good stuff and just the whole like slavery and coming to abundance and the promised land. Like it's just all beautiful. It's all beautiful. But okay.
This is an excellent story. Probably the best story in the whole Bible. You know, well, at least
I,
in the Old Testaments.
I will say, as far as somebody who hasn't read the Bible in a long time or read this whole thing, I would say that's probably the main thing I remember is Moses and him parting the sea. Like it's just popular, everybody kind of knows something about it.
Yeah.
But okay, honey, lead us into prayer.
Divine Father and Mother, thank you for this story, Moses. You knew exactly how to lift me up.
Mm,
You knew
mm.
I was gonna get excited in this book, okay? Because it's a wrap. We ain't missing no days, okay? Lord, I just wanna pray and thank you. Thank you for hosting this space. Thank you for dwelling in our energetic space with us, sharing the essence of who you are as we dive deeper into learning all about you, all about your word, and the truth that you have laid out for our lives. Since the beginning of time, as we continue moving forward, uncovering this book, and the spirit that flows through this book. Lord, I just pray that um, for tonight and moving forward, anybody that's listening, at any time that they're listening, that you cover that person, um, and you bless them. Lord, I pray that you bless them from any iniquities, any pains, any sorrows that they may be dealing with, to help them to see the truth of what's causing their pain, to reveal the demon that's breaking them down, and to release them from that, so that they may be able to um, live in their highest, most authentic self, and really continue to seek you, at their fullest, wholest, as their whole, as a whole being. Um, Lord, I just pray that you continue to keep your hand over me and Mariah, as we dive deeper into this book. Um, Continue working through us as we uncover and we share your word with your people. Um, and yeah, and is there anything you want to add, Mariah?
Um, just to continue to help us to stay motivated, um, and just be productive to do what we have to get done each day to to just bring to bring um just more kind of answers to our problems, to bring abundance, to just create things that are just going to better ourselves and that serves your people, and that gives just a lot of value to your people, um just so that we can kind of see results in what we are working on and putting out into the world. So I just pray that you just guide us and just kind of help us on this journey. um yeah, and just make sure that we are in a healthy mental space so that we may work and be productive and you just have our any type of mental blocks that we may have be lifted and released so we can think with a clear mind and really understand which path we need to walk in Jesus name. Amen.
Amen.
Mhm.
All right. Thank
Okay.
you. Success.
Yes. Bye guys. See you tomorrow.